If there was ever an ambassador of fun for Grand Rapids, it would be our guest today.
Meet the guru of ice, the king of fun, the ambassador of all the parties that make West Michigan what it is, Randy Finch. Good morning, Randy.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being here, Randy. We've been working on this to get you on here.
So fun. So Randy, tell us who you are, what you do, and your favorite thing about West Michigan.
So my name is Randy Finch. I do ice sculptures and much more now. We've expanded to a lot of different things. And I think my favorite thing about West Michigan is that to me, it's a big little town. I think anybody in the city can go talk to the mayor, the chief of police, business owners, and everybody is very approachable. So whether it's business leaders or it's politicians, everybody's been so approachable and everybody is helping everybody else. The collaboration that I see in West Michigan really is something that other cities should mirror.
That's awesome.
That is so true. You nailed it.
Thank you.
So what is Ice Guru Events?
So we started out years ago with just doing ice sculptures. I was a chef. I ran Cygnus Restaurant. I was a private chef for Jay and Betty Van Andel, traveled with them to the Caribbean on their private jets, had a great life as a chef, but I really loved the ice sculpting. And so I decided I wanted to specialize in that. And West Michigan was great, but there really wasn't a good culinary scene. So I started my own ice sculpting business and it's just grown from there. And it was just a labor of love forever, but it's transitioned throughout the years from just kind of paying the bills to having our own television series and our business now. So,
and you're integral in so many events. Every time there's something cool happening down here, I see your name on it.
You are at all the big parties, all of them, and the ones
it gets me a lot of free food. Too. It gets me a lot of free food.
That's not bad.
I get to go to these parties and eat.
That's not bad.
So Steve, you had a really good question on exactly what he does.
So, I know you do some business on the east side of the state. You probably travel to other parts of, regionally around ice, can't go that far away. But West Michigan is your main hub. Is there a way you can describe the events and the parties and how they're different in West Michigan than without slamming any other areas?
Oh, no, not at all. Because we travel around Detroit. Yeah. We've done stuff.
Is it different here? Because I know there's a family feel. There's a lot of things that make West Michigan West Michigan. But how does that come out in parties?
I would say for one, it can be a little bit less formal than in some of the bigger cities in Detroit and stuff. I don't have a problem wearing really nice jeans to a gala out here, whereas in Detroit, I probably wouldn't. But that being said, I think that in West Michigan, I find that a lot of people are much more discerning. I've had to work harder to build a reputation in West Michigan because it's a solid niche market. There's not as much money, not as many people as in like a Detroit,
right?
Where people in my industry are just like, let's get it out the door because they're not worried about repeat business. There's just so much coming in. I try to build relationships in this community because it is a smaller one. So I think we've had to work harder and build our quality up higher here in West Michigan, which helped us because then when we shifted over and started doing Detroit, we were already doing a better quality because that's what we needed to survive in West Michigan.
Awesome.
So, Randy, when people hear that you do ice sculptures, they're probably thinking of every ice sculpture that they've ever
like a
seen.
Swan,
yeah.
Yeah.
At, I don't know, a special dinner or some kind of a branded event. Your ice sculptures are like nothing people have ever seen. So and you do so much more than just the ice sculptures, but just give people a taste of how
like the range of what you can do.
Big, interactive they are.
Well, I think what it really stems from is early on, I remember a conversation where I had a bride come in and she's like, oh my gosh, I was on a cruise and they had this beautiful ice sculpture. And I said, really, what was it? She goes, I don't know what it was, but it was beautiful. And the funny thing is that people would kind of give you credit. Like, okay, it's not beautiful, but it's done on ice. So it's amazing. People were easily impressed. And we didn't want to just get by just because we were doing something out of ice. We wanted our sculptures to be the same caliber that would be done out of bronze or wood or some permanent medium and not just kind of get by. So the chunky, bulky, chippy stuff that has been done for hundreds of years. It was more for refrigerating food onto a buffet. It's now more of an aesthetic. So we've done displays in ice that have been for art displays and things, not anything to do with the food. And that's what we wanted. We wanted to transition and show this can be a fine art and also interactive. So our television series on the Food Network, we had 18 different displays that we had done that were interactive, a Ferris wheel, a pool table you actually shot pool on.
Fully functioning pool table. I remember that.
Yes.
Randy, I have played one of your ice pianos.
Yes, you have. I saw that.
Yeah.
Was that fun?
So
Absolutely.
Good.
It's so fun. And
It's surprising what you can do in ice. And people are always going to remember your sculptures. It's not like it was a block of ice. I know that. They'll know. Like they will remember that party, and it's associated with that.
Well, I'm very fortunate with the World of Winter that we do every year in February. We do, a couple hundred ice sculptures around the city, large ones, small ones.
Yeah.
So we were talking about that the other day, and literally, I guess over the last 12, 13 years, we've been doing that, 100 or 200 ice sculptures a year out there. We've determined that we probably have had more public art pieces in Grand Rapids than anyone, just because they're all gone. They melt. So it's been nice to get artwork. It is, like you said, it's temporary, so they don't see it very long. So that, I think that's the special thing, is that they get out and they can see it in person, but they're seeing it. There's very few pairs of eyes that are going to see that piece, and then it's gone forever.
it is ephemeral. So you've been part of ArtPrize, you've been part of World of Winter, which thank you so much for that. That helps. It helps so much get through the winter months.
Yeah.
It's fun, it's interactive. You can experience it whenever you want.
24 hours a day.
I know, that's the fun part. That's the fun part about it. And we go out every night and see all of the things. So you kind of categorize yourself as art and entertainment.
Correct.
And you do photo booths, ice sculptures, silent disco. So tell us a little bit more about the other things that you do.
I love the silent disco.
Silent discos are great.
It is one of the
these little
coolest
headphones here
and weirdest things to see going
It's
on.
a great visual. People say,
is.
well, I don't know if I want to dance. You don't have to go dance.
Yeah.
Watch the people dance.
Yep.
And so we got into that just because World of Winter, the city wanted to do something like that, larger, have kind of an interactive thing. So we got into that. But the photo booths, same thing. We try to do things that are different. So because our ice sculptures is a unique thing, the photo booths that we do are all unique styles. We have different style photo booths than anybody else, because we don't want to be apples to apples. We want to have something unique and bring new things to West Michigan. So like we have an 11 camera photo array. It takes 11 pictures at once and turns a 3D picture into this wonderful display you can have on your phone in 3 minutes.
It's so cool. It's so cool.
Just a wide range.
The finished product
this year
is
we just
insane.
added on our bubble clouds, which is
Yep.
the helium and soap bubbles, and then it builds up. It comes through a die in the shape of a flower or a heart. We slice it and it floats away like a heart. And so for weddings and things or grand openings, it's like a bubble launch, but it's biodegradable, it's safe, and the kids can actually do the slicing, so it's interactive too.
And we saw that at a festival down, that was
the music festival down on there on River.
Yeah, we saw that. Of course that was you. So much fun. Like you elevate Grand Rapids.
Being a classically trained chef, I think we're all fortunate that you transitioned from that into the more creative ice sculpture, and now full-blown entertainment entrepreneur. It's been fun to watch.
I've been lucky. Thank you. I just to see the progress of the city, the transformation from when I first moved out here from Detroit, right after college. Again, I worked at Peter Island Resort as a private chef for a number of years. And then back here, I see like the Bob, when they redeveloped that and they kept building, and the arena going in and all the life spurring around there. And now to see the new arenas and things that are coming in, I can see from hindsight of what the effect of Van Andel Arena and these other growth projects have had. And it blows my mind, because they're doing right now as many projects as I've probably seen the whole time.
Combined. Agreed.
This town is...
We're on the verge of something really pretty huge.
We are under construction, and just hold on to your hats, because when it is done...
Probably in 2 to 3 years, all this stuff is done, and it's going to be insane.
Incredible. So we're going to pop a slide up, and we're going to give people a chance to be able to contact you if they're looking to host an event or need any of the services that you provide. So you can go to iceguru.com at the QR code that you see on the screen. We make it nice and easy for you. For photo booths, ice sculptures, silent discos, and so much more.
Pumpkins.
And what?
Pumpkins are a big thing too. Pumpkins, big pumpkin displays. We can do your face exactly out of a pumpkin.
You like CNC mill pumpkins, right?
Okay, I did not know that one. Phone number is 616-262-5968. Email info@icebrigade.com.
That was the show.
And
that was the television.
That's your email address.
Yeah,
So one last thing before we wrap up. Should people be nervous about whatever party they're having for their family, checking out an ice sculpture? I mean, can you get an ice sculpture on a budget?
You know, we do have some smaller pickup items. We have a pickup area right here where we give you the code for the freezer. You can stop by and pick up smaller ice sculptures from drink displays, drink luges, punch bowls, easy to handle sculptures, and it reduces the cost quite a bit.
I love the fact that drink luges are a small item.
Small. Well, we make smaller luges. We have big ones, we have smaller ones. So the smaller ones are pick up, and they're always in packages too. So if you're going to get a photo booth or something else for your wedding, the ice sculpture is just a little add-on package, so it's very much more affordable too.
I love it.
So people can pick and choose what they want and just make their event so memorable.
Absolutely. We love to work with people. That's the intrinsic value of what we get out of what we do, is the happiness of setting up an ice sculpture and people seeing it and saying, oh, this is great. During COVID, I had money in the bank. I wasn't worried, but the fact that no one was saying good job all the time really bothered me.
Yeah.
So I'm lucky. I know a lot of people don't get complimented all day. We do, and we're so happy to have that as part of our job.
Randy, you mentioned earlier that you are lucky, and I just want to be clear that you create your own luck.
Thank you.
You have such a deep, rich history with this town, with the relationships in this city, with just always bringing excellence in what you do and caring about what you do and the services that you provide and the experiences that you are creating with people so they are memorable. So I just want to thank you for being here and making West Michigan an extraordinary place to call home.
You're here.
Thank you both.
Cheers. Cheers. And we're gonna wrap it up with that. So thank you for being with us, Randy.
Thanks for having me. Cheers.